Okay, here's something to think about. What if I told you that a drink you might have every day, something seemingly totally harmless, could actually be making your legs weaker?
Yeah, less steady, sort of undermining your ability to just move around freely.
Exactly. We're
Yeah.
doing a deep dive today into something pretty surprising, really.
Mm.
How certain very common drinks might be silently damaging the foundation of your physical freedom.
And look, this isn't about trying to stop healthy aging or some extreme diet fad. It's really about being proactive. It's
Yeah.
about keeping that ability to move confidently,
Mm.
preventing that long-term damage, which is especially crucial as we get older.
Right.
A lot of people focus heavily on food, which is important, but they often overlook drinks. And what you drink can be just as critical, maybe even more so sometimes, for keeping your legs strong and stable.
Yeah, it's a huge piece of the puzzle for staying mobile, staying independent.
Definitely.
So our goal today for this deep dive is to really unpack two main culprits: sugary drinks and alcohol. We're going to break down exactly how they mess with your lower body and hopefully give you some clear, actionable insights. Things you can actually use to make better choices for keeping those legs strong and steady.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. Sugary beverages. You know the scene, right? It's a warm day, maybe you grab an iced tea, or you hear that satisfying fizz from a soda.
Feels good. Seems harmless.
Totally. Just a little pleasure. But the sources we looked at point to a real hidden danger behind that sweetness.
Yeah.
Particularly for older adults, these aren't just empty calories. They're described almost as a fast track towards, well, accelerated muscle loss, weaker bones, and poor circulation.
And those three things, muscle, bone, circulation, they're fundamental for leg strength and stability.
Absolutely. Pillars, really.
And it's quite startling when you see the kind of cascade of harmful effects these drinks trigger. We're talking sodas, obviously, but also fruit punches, those sweetened teas,
Yeah.
energy drinks.
All packed with added sugars.
Exactly. And that sugar just floods your system. You get these huge blood glucose spikes.
Right.
And it's not just about putting on weight. That spike fuels chronic inflammation all through your body.
Inflammation again.
Yeah, and that directly contributes to muscle degeneration, actual muscle breakdown, and significant bone loss over time. The American Heart Association even warns about this specifically.
Really?
They've highlighted how too much sugar intake directly speeds up frailty in older adults. It makes everyday things like just getting up from a chair much, much harder.
Wow. And, digging into this, one thing that really jumped out at me was the link to sarcopenia.
That age-related muscle loss. Yeah.
Right. How these high sugar diets really accelerate it. The sources talk about something called mitochondrial dysfunction.
Okay, break that down a bit.
So mitochondria are like tiny power plants inside your muscle cells generating energy.
Got it.
Sugary drinks essentially interfere with how they work. They make them less efficient at producing the fuel your legs need.
Like throwing sand in the gears.
Exactly. So literally every sip of soda can be contributing to muscle fatigue, making your legs feel heavier, less responsive.
Running on empty, even if you think you're eating okay.
Precisely.
And that brings us to bone health, too, which is critical. Many sodas, particularly the cola types, contain phosphoric acid.
Right, I've heard about that.
Well, the concern is that this acid actually causes your body to pull calcium out of your bones to neutralize it.
Oh, wow. So it's actively leaching calcium.
That's the mechanism, yes. Which is why studies consistently link frequent soda drinking with a higher risk of osteoporosis.
Makes sense.
Older adults who drink soda regularly often show lower bone mineral density, and that means a much higher risk for fractures.
Especially hips and legs, I imagine.
Exactly. And think about it, a simple fall, something that might otherwise just be a stumble, could lead to a really devastating injury if your bones are weaker. It could seriously impact your mobility, maybe even permanently.
It's scary how interconnected it all is. And the sources really hammered home that it doesn't stop there. It impacts circulation, too.
Vascular health.
Yeah. These sugary drinks are tough on your blood vessels. All that excess sugar contributes to arterial stiffness.
So the vessels become less flexible, like old pipes.
That's a good analogy. They get rigid. And this reduces blood flow, raising the risk of peripheral artery disease, or PAD.
Okay, and PAD specifically affects the legs, right?
Primarily, yes. The arteries in your legs narrow and harden. This can cause pain, numbness, weakness down there.
Like a kinked hose starving the muscles.
Exactly. The muscles aren't getting enough oxygen, enough nutrients, and over time, that leads to that chronic fatigue in the legs. Making every step feel like a real effort.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that like just heaviness or weakness in your legs after a long day? Maybe it wasn't just the day. Maybe it was what you were drinking.
It's definitely something to consider. And it's kind of deceptive, isn't it? How quickly these drinks dump sugar into your system, but they offer zero nutritional value.
Right. No fiber, no protein to slow it down.
Nope, just an immediate glucose hit, which causes that sharp spike and then inevitably the crash.
Sugar crash. Yeah.
And that roller coaster doesn't just make you feel tired, it actively promotes insulin resistance over time.
Which increases the risk for type 2 diabetes.
Drastically. And for older adults especially, getting diabetes just makes everything worse. The poor circulation, the muscle loss, it ramps up the risk of nerve damage, slow wound healing in the legs. It's a really vicious cycle.
Okay, so that paints a pretty concerning picture for sugary drinks. But there's good news, right? We
Well,
can make different choices.
yeah, absolutely. You have the power here. Your legs will thank you.
So what are some better options instead of grabbing that soda or sweet tea?
Well, water is always the gold standard for hydration, obviously.
Sure, but sometimes boring.
It can be, so try infusing it. Lemon slices, cucumber, berries, adds flavor without the sugar. Herbal teas are great too, hot or iced.
Mm-hmm.
Milk or fortified plant-based milks like almond or soy give you hydration plus calcium and vitamin D, which we know are crucial for bones and muscles.
Good point.
And if you really crave that fizz, sparkling water with just a tiny splash of 100% fruit juice can do the trick without overloading your system.
Okay, those are some solid leg-friendly alternatives.
Definitely doable.
All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk about the second category. Alcohol.
Yes. Alcohol. It's so woven into our social fabric, isn't it?
Totally. A glass of wine with dinner, celebrating something, a beer after work.
Yeah.
It signifies relaxation, connection for many.
Mm-hmm. But our deep dive showed its effects go way beyond just the liver, feeling tipsy. When you look at leg strength, mobility, overall lower body health, alcohol sets off its own damaging chain reaction.
And it's sneaky, right? The sources suggested it often goes unnoticed until the damage is pretty significant.
Exactly. It's gradual. It makes it easy to just brush off those early signs, maybe a bit of stiffness or weakness until things are much further along.
So how does it actually undermine leg strength? I found the connection to muscle deterioration really surprising.
Yeah, it directly interferes with protein synthesis.
Okay, so that's the process muscles use to repair and rebuild themselves.
Precisely. And when alcohol constantly disrupts that cycle, muscles just can't maintain themselves. They get weaker, they're more prone to atrophy, basically, wasting away.
Yeah.
There's even a specific condition, alcoholic myopathy, linked to long-term heavy drinking. It involves serious muscle wasting, less endurance, poor coordination.
And leg muscles are particularly hit hard.
They seem to be particularly vulnerable, yes. They
Yeah.
need that constant reinforcement. So it's not just your liver taking a hit. Alcohol is actively weakening the structure of your leg muscles, often long before you feel unsteady.
That's quite a direct impact.
And it's compounded by alcohol's effect on nutrient absorption.
Ah, okay. How so?
Well, we need essential vitamins and minerals for muscle and bone health. Calcium, vitamin D, magnesium are key.
Right.
Alcohol messes with your body's ability to absorb and actually use these nutrients effectively.
So even if you're eating well, the alcohol could be blocking the benefits.
It can interfere, yes. Deficiencies in calcium and vitamin D, for instance, are directly linked to osteoporosis, and weaker bones mean, again, more fragile leg bones, higher fracture risk.
And we're back to circulation issues again, too, but with alcohol this time.
Yes, there's an overlap. While alcohol might feel like it warms you up initially, that's vasodilation, widening blood vessels temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Long term, it actually contributes to chronic vascular damage. It makes arteries stiffer, raises blood pressure.
Just like sugar, in a way.
Similar long-term effect on vessel health, yes. And poor circulation in the legs isn't just uncomfortable, it slows down healing if you get injured, and it can lead to really dangerous things like ulcers that won't heal, or even deep vein thrombosis, DVT.
Those serious blood clots in the legs.
Exactly. Very dangerous.
Okay, what about balance? That seems like a major concern, especially for falls.
Hugely important. We know even one drink can affect coordination short term, but chronic alcohol use actually damages the cerebellum.
The part of the brain controlling balance and movement.
That's the one. It coordinates everything. Damage there directly impacts your stability. And for older adults, This is incredibly risky because falls are the leading cause of serious injuries.
Yeah.
Even a slight impairment in balance makes simple things, like stairs or uneven ground, really hazardous. Plus, alcohol slows your reaction time.
So you can't catch yourself if you stumble.
Right. It makes a fall more likely, and the consequences potentially worse.
And there's another angle too, hydration, right? Alcohol's dehydrating,
Very much so. It's a diuretic. It makes your body flush out fluids rapidly.
taking electrolytes with it.
Yep. Essential electrolytes like potassium and sodium get depleted.
Yeah.
And dehydrated muscles. They cramp easily, they feel stiff, they fatigue faster.
Makes sense.
So any movement becomes more uncomfortable. And if you combine alcohol with caffeine, like in some cocktails,
Double whammy on dehydration.
pretty much, that next day, fatigue and muscle ache. It might not just be lack of sleep. Your leg muscles could literally be crying out for water.
It's like a multi-pronged attack on your legs.
That's a good way to put it. And the key thing the research stressed is that it's not always about binge drinking. Even habitual moderate drinking adds up.
Right, it gradually chips away.
At muscle function, bone density, circulation, balance, what starts as maybe minor stiffness or a little weakness can, over years, turn into real instability, more falls, long-term mobility problems.
And then by the time it's really obvious.
A lot of the underlying damage might already be done. It's much harder to reverse at that point.
Okay, so the solution here seems pretty clear too. What do the sources suggest?
Well, fundamentally, it's about reducing intake, or for some, maybe eliminating alcohol altogether.
Letting the body heal.
Exactly. It gives your body a chance to restore proper muscle repair processes, improve how it absorbs nutrients, get circulation working better.
Are there practical steps people can take if they don't want to quit completely?
Sure, simple things help, like alternating every alcoholic drink with a glass of water, choosing drinks with lower alcohol content, or setting specific days of the week where you just don't drink at all. Little changes can make a difference in how your legs feel and function over time.
Empowering your body to recover.
That's the idea.
And what about alternatives, similar to the sugary drink discussion?
Yeah, absolutely. Focus on things that support hydration. Herbal teas, again, electrolyte drinks, think coconut water sometimes, or just simple lemon water. These help maintain fluid balance, prevent cramping, support circulation.
And for the social side, the relaxation aspect.
Non-alcoholic mocktails can be great. Use fresh fruit, sparkling water, maybe some herbs. You get the feeling of having a special drink, enjoying the social moment, but without the negative impact on your mobility down the line.
Okay, so we've really unpacked a lot here. Two very common types of drinks, sugary beverages and alcohol, that can have this pretty profound negative impact on leg strength, mobility, and independence, really.
And hopefully, you now have a clearer picture of how they do it, those hidden mechanisms. These aren't just passive calories or drinks, they're actively influencing your physical capabilities.
Yeah.
And the powerful message here, I think, is that this isn't about needing some massive life overhaul. It's about realizing that small, informed choices about what you drink every day can genuinely make a big difference.
Right. To your physical freedom, your quality of life, especially as you age.
It's proactive health. Just paying attention to these details that we often, overlook in the daily rush.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Think about the amazing freedom that comes with having confident, strong legs, that ability to just go where you want, do what you want. How might making these conscious choices about your daily drinks actually reshape your future ability to move, to explore, and really live life on your own terms?